Welcome to Diary of Bookaholic. My name's Dorothy. Today we have my weekly reading wrap-up where I do daily updates of what I'm reading with slightly spoilerly thoughts. With that said, let's go on to my update for Monday. This past weekend I read about 20-ish pages, maybe a little more, of Jameson the Giant Peach. It's interesting, to say the least. I don't want to get too much into it yet until I finish it. I didn't read any more stories and You're the Only One I Told, so I'm going to be focusing more on this one because I would like to finish both of these by Friday. Since the end of the month is Friday, I want both of these finished. I did finish Perfect, Book 3 in the Pretty Little Liars series. And those books are just outrageous at times with what goes on. Like, how are these high schoolers getting away with everything they're doing? We have plagiarism, fat shaming, and a whole lot of just bad. But they're good enough to just enjoy. They're almost like what I would call like a popcorn read or like a bad movie that you watch just for the fun of it. So with that said, I'm giving it 3 stars. I will pick up the next book in the series later on, not right now. With that said, I did go ahead and pick up my next audiobook, which is From Bad to Curse by Lana Harper, Book 2 in the Witches of Thurster Grove. I read the first book back in March, so I'm getting to the second book faster than I normally do for sequels. And I read a couple pages over the weekend of Blood Mercy, Book 1 of the Blood Grace series, Vela, Roth. It's slow going at the moment. I'm still in the beginning stages, so I don't know much about what's going on. But I feel like I missed something. Like maybe it's a spin-off series of another series or something, but I feel like I missed something. But I'm going to keep on going with this book. Hopefully I can finish it also by the end of the week. And with that said, I'm not doing any more Bookopoly rolls. If I want to read a book, I'm reading it. It's the last week of the month. I'm not going to add any more books towards Bookopoly. I read a good bit. Not as much as I would want, but I read a good bit of them. So, with that said, see you in my next update. Back with my next update. So far I've read the story I was working on earlier. I finished it in here. This one was another one where the mother had to have a later in pregnancy abortion because the baby wasn't developing right, and if she would have went ahead with the pregnancy, the baby wouldn't have survived. Either it would have been a stillbirth, or if it survived, he would have been in pain and on life support, wouldn't have life anyhow. Now, this one does go into how some hospitals has a religion affiliate, supporter or something, how they have to turn away people because of religious beliefs. I'm not going to go on my thoughts on that because I can go on a rant about that alone. But that's what this story is about. The next one I'll be starting. It'll be about Maya, so I'll let you know about that one when I finish it. Which will probably be sometime tomorrow. I haven't read any more of James the Giant Peach yet. I'll probably read a little bit of this before I go to bed tonight, before I go lay down. Haven't read any more of my ebook at all. Did listen to a little bit more of From Bad to Curse by Lana Harper. Not as much as I probably would have if I was home alone. Husband's home working on his little office area, so I'll probably finish this tomorrow. So far I'm enjoying it. Kind of wish I would have left it for next month, but I'm enjoying it and it's getting me ready for next month's TBR and everything. So with that, that's all I have for this update. See you tomorrow with my next update. Happy Tuesday, here with my next update. I did read a few pages of Jameson and Giant Peach last night before bed. Not much. Kind of got distracted by Breath of the Wild. Haven't read any more of You're the Only One I Told. I'll be reading another story. Haven't listened to From Bad to Cursed. I'll probably finish that today. And I haven't read any more of Blood Mercy. Last night I was really tired when I went to bed, so I just passed out. With that said, I'll see you in the next update. Hey, back with another update. I got 90% into From Bad to Curse. listening to it on audio. I'm enjoying this. I'm interested to see how this one gets wrapped up a little bit. I'll probably do a more in-depth thoughts on it tomorrow after I finish it. Got about a little over an hour left, so I'll probably finish that. Got over a little over an hour, so I'll probably finish that tonight, either as I continue cleaning or when I play Wind Waker. I've read a little bit of Jameson and the Giant Peach, not much, just as I like in between stories of You're the Only One I Told. Speaking of that book, I did finish the story I was working on. Maya's story was more of like culture based, and it also talks a little bit about consent. So with that said, it's weird to say enjoying, but I find it interesting when I'm finding out the different statistics that the author puts in here and whatnot. The next story is Hannah's. I'll probably either read that tonight while I take little breaks from cleaning, or I'll start it tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. With that, that's all I have for today. I'll see you with another update tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Here with my first update for today. I did finish Hannah's story this morning. I started it last night and finished it this morning during breakfast. It was slightly different than the rest. It wasn't so much about the abortion itself, but more about a religious side of things. The person in that story was Jewish, and they talked about the Jewish stance on abortion a little bit, which is interesting because it's completely different than Christianity, which is what you hear most of in the news and stuff, and then fight against abortion. With that said, I did find it interesting to read because I don't know that much about Jewish culture at all. And with that, the next one is Nori, I think. That's how you pronounce it, spelled Noor. I might be mispronouncing that. So I'll probably read that later on today. Hopefully by the next update I'll have that one finished, and I can give you a summary of that one, my thoughts on that story. Also, while reading the breakfast, I didn't want to get stories mixed up, so I didn't go ahead on Nori. Read a few pages, yeah, not even 10 pages of Jameson and the Giant Peach. Basically a couple chapters. This is just, I know it's a kid's book. It is ridiculous though, so I don't know what I'll rate this yet. I still have like 40-ish, 50 to 40 pages left, somewhere around there. So we'll see when we get to the end of this book what I think of it. We'll figure out what I think of it by the end, and I'll give my full thoughts on this. I did read, or I finished the chapter I was working on in Blood and Mercy. I got to page 27, so not very much, but 4% into that. I probably won't finish my ebook this month, but I'll keep going next month and read it off and on with a few other things. I did, however, finish my audiobook last night, From Bad to Curse. I'm gonna give that about, it's like 4.5 stars. It was really cute. It's like a romance mixed with like a mystery. It's not a murder mystery, but we have this curse gets put on one, not on the either of the main characters or anything, but on a side character has a curse put on them. So our main character and the love interest has to figure out who done it, and it takes a supernatural twist on that one, who has actually done it. But I really liked it. I liked it a lot better than the first one, Payback's a Witch. Honestly, I read that back in March and I don't really remember it. So, but this one I really did enjoy. Our main character grows a lot in this book, from especially towards the love interest's family, because there's like a rivalry, and she learns to see them in a different light and how they can be kind, because there's this stigma that they hate each other, that they don't like each other at all. With that said, like I said, I was like a 4.5, so I'll probably round down to 4, because it's not quite 5 stars for me. So after that, I needed another audiobook, so I picked up, you gotta see this. Please explain what that cat's doing. Anywho, I picked up Oblivion by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm only about 13% into this. I'll listen to this while I do clean up the house a bit, and if I play any video games like Zelda or Minecraft. So far, it feels like a repeat though of the, I think this is like 1.5 in the series. It's like, feels like a repeat of the first book, but just from a different point of view. With that said, that's all for the morning update. So I'll see you later with my next update. Bye. Hey guys, back with another update. I haven't read any more of my audiobook nor ebook. Read a couple pages in Jameson and the Giant Peach. I did finish the story in You're the Only One I've Told. Norse story, Muslim religion a lot, and what's expected of them and why Nor had the abortion. And I can see why she would do it, especially with the way who the father would have been, how he reacted to everything. Next up is Jane's. I'll probably start that tonight and probably finish it tomorrow morning. With that said, that's all I have for this update. See you tomorrow with another update. Hey guys, happy Thursday. I have another update for you. Last night didn't read any more of this, nor my audiobook. I did read a few pages in this morning. Haven't finished the story yet. And last night I read about a page of Blood Mercy. That's all I have for an update right now. Hopefully later I'll have more read. That said, bye. Hey guys, here with another update. I finished the story I was working on Jane's. It was really 2 in 1. You had Jane and Erica's story going on in the same time. Both of them had to deal with misinformation during pregnancy, not getting the full story what was going on with the pregnancy. Both had to have the pregnancy ended early because of the baby not developing right. Either case, the baby wouldn't have made it. I could get in a lot more, but I don't want to get political really. So with that said, I'll read the last story and then the call to action that's at the very end. And I should be done with this book either tonight or tomorrow. Along with that, I read 10 pages in Jameson and the Giant Peach. It's still ridiculous. I know it's a children's book, but it's a little ridiculous, the adventure that he's going on. But we'll see how it ends, and maybe if I have time I'll watch the movie. That I didn't read any ebooks nor audiobook today, so that's all I have for today. See you in the next update. Bye. Happy Friday. Here with my update for today. Probably only be one today, so this is it. I finished You're the Only One I Told. Stories about abortion. I'm still not quite sure what I'll rate it, but this has a lot of information, different reasons someone would have an abortion, reasons you probably wouldn't think of, and different ways the government and even doctors kind of put roadblocks in a way for people to have abortions. So that's all I'm going to say on this one, because this one can get me really upset. And then I also finished Jameson and the Giant Peach last night. Probably will give this one 3 stars. I haven't watched the movie yet, but it just feels totally different than the movie, and I know the movie ain't and the book ain't always like matched up, but some of the stuff in here is so far-fetched. And I know it's a children's book, but just doesn't. Maybe I should have read it when I was a kid, because as an adult I see a lot of plot holes and stuff that just magically becomes better. And for some reason James has all the answer even though he's a kid. I don't know. But probably 3 stars. I don't know if I'll read any more Roald Dahl's books. I was hoping to, because there's a few that I've seen the movies of and I would like to know the story, but maybe I should just stick with the movie with these. I know that's controversial to say as a booktuber. So, I got to 39% in Oblivion by Armentrout. I'll probably just listen to that more today, and then tomorrow try to finish, because this is the book I was reading at the end of last month. Morgan's Cross by Nora Roberts. See if I can finish that. I think I'm like 30 pages. Maybe I can finish it tomorrow if I feel like reading, if I'm not burned out from reading last night. Along with trying to read a story and Ghosts of Cincinnati and a story or poem and the complete tales and poems of Edgar Allan Poe. So with that said, all my links will be down below along with the books I mentioned. Have a wonderful day. Read what you love. Bye.